Hey, what's up guys? It's Jake, aka Tag, and today we're back at it again with a new Mortar bait deck that I found in CRL. This deck was showcased by Immortals, and it dominated, sweeping people left and right. Pro players just did not know how to deal with it. So we're going to be jumping straight into some games with this bait deck. As you guys can see, we do not end up having Fireball, we do not end up having Rocket. We just have the Miner for direct chip damage with the Snowball. Obviously, we have a faster cycle because we don't carry the Fireball. We have a little bit more leniency to cycle a Spear Goblin, a Bat, or a Goblin Gang whenever we want, and we get back to Mortar a little bit quicker to deal even more damage and outcycle our opponents. So let's go jump straight into some games, and hopefully we can assert some dominance. Alright, so we got a game against M4. We're going to go sauce out of good luck here, and we definitely want to go start off the game splitting bats and see if he accommodates either lane. If he does, then we go Miner in the opposite. So he goes in for an Ice Spear, so we're going to go Miner here with the 2 bats. And he's going to go for Skeletons as well. Ice Golem, so this is going to be a Balloon Cycle deck, maybe 2.9 Expo, maybe 2.6 Hog Rider, or it could be Hog Rider Earthquake. So there's a lot of possibilities here, guys. There's a ton of possibilities. We're going to have to wait and see what he's got in store for us. If he drops a defensive Expo or an offensive one, obviously we'll know then. Okay, so we see no Bard Barrel. This is making me think that it's going to be Expo for sure. I just want to go Prince here. And then I kind of want to end up going in for a Mortar. End up going for Bats, and then I'm going to end up going in for a Miner right on top of that Expo. I want the Expo to die here. If possible, that'd be great. Just want the Expo gone. Since he went in for Ice Golem, he's not going to have a great tank for the Mortar now. So the Mortar potentially gets on top of the tower. He's going to go Ice Spirit. Very well played, actually. He's going to go Tesla as well. And that Tesla should end up dying to the Spear Goblin. So he's not going to be able to support an Expo here. So that's going to be extremely important for us. If that Tesla is still alive and then he Expos with it, we're in a really bad spot. So I kind of want to go Goblin Gang at the river here. Never want to go in the lane that he already has damage, because you know he's going to get log chip damage on you. So not only we're going to go towards the tower that we need to, he's not able to get damage. So it's very, very important for us. Don't want to give him an extraordinary Fireball value, so I just want to end up going for Bats and Miner here. See what he does. He's just going to go for Ice Golem. And we're going to go Snowball, so then we end up killing those Skeletons, so we get even more chip. Prince will just be able to shut down the Expo for sure. Like, that's an extraordinarily aggressive Expo when you don't end up having Skeletons because you just use them on defense. So I know I could just kill it with Prince. Spear Goblins even get more chip damage. We bait out a log. So I can go for Goblin Gang and Miner here on the right hand side. And I feel like that's going to be a really good play. Because now he doesn't have log. He's dropping Skeletons again, so our Prince is going to get an extraordinary amount of value. I can even go in for defensive Mortar. If he decides to go aggressive, then it's going to be great for us. Yep, he's just not going to end up having answers here. Maybe he gets back to Skeletons right now. He's going to go for a log again. So this is going really, really well for me. Mortar is still online. The Prince gets on top. We go in for a Goblin Gang because he's not back to log. He's not going to be able to kill that. And then the Expo is just shut down again, boys. So worked out really, really well. We're going to go in for another aggressive Mortar. He's probably going to try to log this. I have to go in for Bats. And he doesn't log. He's saving log for... Okay, never mind. I was like, if he's saving log for defense, we could be a little bit of trouble. But no, we're doing super, super well. We end up having the Mortar get really, really close. And yep, it actually gets a shot. I was like, it's getting close to ramp up for that Kobe shot. But it didn't necessarily happen. And it did actually happen for us. I was like, I didn't know if it was going to happen. I'm super thankful it did. So we're going to have to go and wait for the Ice Spirit to die. So then we can end up going for Bats. I'm going to go in for Spear Goblins as well. Going to go for the Gang, and we should be able to kill that. Look at that defensive Mortar, just putting in work. He's probably going to end up going for Tesla, so I want to go for preemptive Bats. I thought for sure he was going to Tesla there. Be defensive Mortars, or defensive Expos. It's going to be a little bit more difficult now, since he has that defensive Expo and we don't have Fireball here. I have to go in for a Prince here. I need to kill that Expo if I want to win this game. Need to play a little bit aggro just for that. Then I'm going to Mortar in a spot that he can't Fireball the tower that he wants. Dropping it up a little bit higher. It's going to go Expo. We're going to go Goblin Gang. We're going to go in for a Miner on the right hand side. The Expo will actually hit that as well, so very, very important. Miner is still getting chip damage. The Mortar is locked on top of the Expo. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Then I go for Snowball. Should be able to end up propelling the Prince closer to the Expo. Doesn't really happen, but that Kobe shot is all we need. Very, very cool. Now I'm going to go for another aggressive Mortar. As long as the Archer ends up dying. If he doesn't end up having Tesla, I feel like that's going to be an issue for him. Oh, he does get back to it. Okay, well, he just dropped it on defense. I think he was back to it already. He's probably going to end up going for an Expo soon. He's going to go Prince here. Drop our Goblin Gang in a spot that's going to be difficult for him. Going for another defensive Mortar. Miner in the spot that it will direct the Mortar if necessary. Direct the Expo if necessary. I keep calling the Expo Mortar. But yeah, our defensive Mortar is putting so much work against this Expo. We just need one more shot, and then it's dead. So this is aggressive play for him. All we need to do is get bats on top, and then keep Miner in this spot so the Expo always targets it. If I drop it further back, like in the back side of his tower, yes, it's going to be a little bit harder for him to predict, but I will lose the game. Because then the Expo locks on top of my tower instead. He did just log though, so this is really good for me actually. I think I'm going to go backside now, and then pre-snowball the skeletons. Because that's all he has. Oh, he doesn't drop the skeletons. Let's go. We should win the game now. Let's go. You always got to kill the defensive Expos because otherwise he's able to set up another offensive Expo using that one. And I'm always going defensive Mortar to make sure he can't set up an offensive Expo on me. So very important to gradually get that chip damage away with the Miner, and that's how I was able to win the game. Prince is just so great on defense against offensive Expos. So let's go kick off this game with the Miner. We're going to see what's up, see what this dude's got. Saw he going a log already, so that's great for us. So you've got the Mortar bait, so whenever you see a spell cycle to start, whether it's Bard Barrel, whether it's Log, Zap, or Snowball, you're going to be in a great spot. We're going to go for the Goblin Gang and catch his Miner, man. What a phenomenal start. I'm so happy right now. His name is Easy Peasy Boy. And so far, it's been pretty easy peasy for us. It's been great. So I'm going to end up going for Spear Goblins here. Our Spear Goblins should join forces with his, and ours will devour his with Cannibalism in sight. I am going to be playing Mortar versus Mortar, but he's going to be rocking the Minion Horde variation, same as us as well. And we're going to get a lot of chip damage. He's going to end up having Log, though, so that's going to be the one difference. So because of that, I feel very confident with my Minion Horde. I don't know if he's got Fireball with it as well. But I know that my Log is, I don't know, I think I kind of wish I had Log in some situations, but whenever we see a Minion Horde, it's definitely not one of those situations. Him having Log is going to be a detriment to him in this game, I would assume. I'm actually going to end up going for another Mortar. Make sure that the Spear Goblins retarget onto that instead of my tower. Pretty important for me. Oh, he's got Rascals, but they die. Let's go, man. What a phenomenal position to be in. If I go in for a Snowball here, end up clipping all that. Yeah, so that was one of the few situations I'd rather have Log, so I was able to clip everything. But I think I can probably just go in for Bats Miner here. And I still haven't showcased the Minion Horde, have I? He's going to end up having Rascals and Minion Horde here, so he's not going to have Prince. So he's substituted out the Prince for the Minion Horde and the Rascals. So basically switch up of the decks because he already has a lot of air defense. He doesn't need it. He doesn't have Prince that's on the ground. He has Rascals and Minion Horde that shoot up. So that's why he did that. What are we going to do, man? I'm going to bait out a Fireball, so you do actually have the Fireball as I expected. I'm going to end up going for another Mortar. We're going to play a little bit more aggressive than you. Our Prince is coming through. We end up having Snowball. Oh, let's go. Rascals are just going to straight up die again, man. This is so good. I don't think that Rascals are that great in the mirror matchup with Mortar because of that. And we end up going for Snowball. We don't end up hitting anything else. That's really unfortunate. That would have been so nice if we were able to hit something else at the river. But what can you say? Sometimes we just don't get lucky. This is the first time we didn't get lucky in this game. We're going to end up going for another offensive Mortar. And man, we are killing the game. I wanted up going for a Prince here, so then his Mortar locks onto that. I'm going to go in for a Miner. Unfortunately, I think that our Mortar will not be able to connect immediately on top. I end up having to go for a Snowball here. And that Snowball is going to be instrumental in securing a decent defense here. If I defend this, I think I win the game, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to drop my Goblin King off to the side. Notice how I always disperse my units. I'm never giving my opponent a maximum spell value with their Log. I'm dropping my Goblins off to the side, or I'm dropping them not always in the center, because we know that they will join forces at the end, but I will have cleaned up everything that's necessary. I'm going to go in for a giant Snowball here. Can also end up going for a Mortar on defense, actually. I think that's going to be our best play. Drop it out of range of Fireball, so then he's not able to get Fireball value on the tower that he wants. I'm going to drop Rascals here. And I'm going to end up going in for Bats here, and I want to end up going for a Miner. So this Miner Snowball has potential of finishing off the game. It's also going to redirect his Mortar on that, too, so that's very cool. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you, man, and GG. So he's from the Bunny Clan, and he's going to end up having a Skull, so he's a little bit scary, man. I thought bunnies were nice, but this dude has got the Skull Clan, so he's a little bit fearsome. He's a little bit scary, man. Definitely going to have to shut down those Royal Hogs for positive interaction with our Mortar, and we saw Bats as well, so You know, I assume he's probably just going to end up having Royal Hog's Fireball bait. But we see a Mini P.E.K.K.A here. That's really crazy. Not used to see Mini P.E.K.K.A. Maybe he has the Princess variation. He's going to have Dark Prince, though. Since you use your Zap, I could have actually afforded to drop my Spear Goblins, but drop our Spear Goblins now. Maybe we can kite you into our Prince. That'd be very cool. Let's go, Prince on Prince! That worked out beautifully. Being able to kite that right into us. I'm going to have to go for a Snowball to make sure that we destroy those bats. So then we give our Prince a little bit more time to work away on those Barbarians. So I like our situation, guys. Despite him having a very weird deck, something that's a little bit funky, Battle Ram and Royal Hogs is 2 win conditions separate. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to deduce from this deck. He's going to end up having Mega Knight. Okay, so I definitely need to go and cycle a Prince here. So this makes a little bit less sense now, but it's a little bit more crazy, and I like it. I appreciate the innovation, man. You're so wild. I guess he's going to end up having just a deck that's just super crazy, so no one really ever expects it. And sometimes the surprise factor is really good for him, but man, the Prince is overpowered, and it just takes out his entire tower there. I love that card for that reason when I play it, but when I play against it, I hate the Prince, man. So we have a love-hate relationship, the Prince and I, and he hasn't even gotten tower damage on us yet. So hopefully, we can walk away with this game without losing any damage on our tower. Whenever I say that, I always get fireballed, and I always get a sad panda moment, but maybe, just maybe, this time will be different, guys. I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic, and maybe we can make it work. So he's going to end up going for a Mini P.E.K.K.A as well. I want to go for Spear Goblins up high. He zaps the tower! Okay, that's unfortunate, guys. I'm going to have to go in for a Minion Horde here. And it looks like I want to end up having to go in for a Goblin Gang as well. Dark Prince is going to go towards my tower, so I wasn't able to defend it anyway. But, you know, we are still in a bright horizon ahead of us. It is not too bad. He's going to have to end up going for Royal Hog soon. That's what his win condition is going to be in cycle. I assume he drops it on the right-hand side, so I'm cycling all my cards passively in that lane. And we just really need to focus on defending here. Sometimes with Mortar, you're going to be taking a very early tower because this deck is super aggressive. And then all you have to do is really learn the placements and play super defensively to make sure that you can secure Ws. With Minion Horde, it generally can pull it off. But you have to be super critical of your placements. Notice how I'm never giving spell value. I'm always making sure that I drop my Goblin Gang separate from my Bats and my Spear Goblins. GG, well played and peace out, man. Alright, so we're going to end up going for Bats here. We're going to see what's up. We see Electro Wizard. We probably are seeing what's in the makings to be a P.E.K.K.A deck, but we end up seeing a Magic Archer. So I don't know, boys. I don't know what this crazy deck is anymore. We'll end up going for a defensive Mortar here. He's got Ram Rider. Alright, dude, we see you. We see you. I'm going to have to go in for a Prince right on top of the Magic Archer. I want to make sure that we deny as much damage as possible. And actually have to go for Spear Goblins just to make sure that that thing does not get anywhere near our tower. And our Prince is going to be poised to get an offensive presence here. It might even get a hit. I think he played a little bit too aggressive. We sniped the Magic Archer. We got comeback potential there. And I'm going to have to go in for a Goblin Gang here, so then the Bandit goes towards us. And notice how the Baby Dragon does not get a Belch off on top of the Goblin Gang. Super important, otherwise I feel like we would have faced the ramifications of that Bandit dashing all over us and asserting dominance. We're not a doormat, man. You cannot have Bandit damage here. It is not Walmart. We don't give that free damage, dude. We're going to end up going in for the Miner again. He's got P.E.K.K.A, so he does have a P.E.K.K.A deck. Lots of bait answers, dude. He's going to end up having Magic Archer. He's going to end up having everything he could possibly imagine. I kind of want to go opposite lane here, so maybe I can get away with just Spear Goblins or Minion Horde. I'll have to wait and see. Alright, I'm going to go for the Minion Horde here. I'm optimistic that I will just kill the P.E.K.K.A. And he's going to end up having a lot of answers to me, but the Minion Horde is going to prevail against P.E.K.K.A. Prince in the right-hand lane. And now I could end up going in for a Mortar if I want to tank for the Baby Dragon shots, or I could just tank the tower damage. I'm actually going to go for Spear Goblins here. I think that's going to be the best play overall. We should be able to sack them and take no Baby Dragon Belches. Ooh, we get one. Oof. That hurt my soul, man. It hurt my soul. So I actually want to end up going for a Goblin Gang split so that he doesn't get Bar Barrel value. And I assume he goes and cycles something on the right. Yep, because the majority of the Goblins are there. So I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to go cycle Miner. The Bats are still demanding a presence. Very cool. We're going to end up going in for Prince here on the Bandit. Bandit will end up charging on it, nullifying the Prince's charge. It's okay. I don't really care. As long as it's on my side of the map, we're not going to be having too bad of an interaction, you know? So definitely want to end up going in for a Mortar here. Play aggressive with Bats. And then I think that if I cycle a Goblin Gang here, we're going to be okay. Because then I can end up going for a Prince. And that should be able to deny everything. Like, that P.E.K.K.A does not break through. Even if you snowball, I don't care. Obviously, he's played super aggressive. So I think that I can go in for a Minion Horde and a Miner here. And then just snowball back the Ram Rider. Yes, the Ram Rider would actually get a connection, even with the Minion Horde there. I need to make sure that we end up killing that. So he's going to play super aggro again with the Electro Wizard, but it's not going to be enough, man. We will win this game. He's not going to be able to do a critical amount of tower damage. He's got a lot of answers to us. He's got Baby Dragon, Magic Archer, Electro Wizard, Snowball, everything you could possibly ask for, but we still assert the dominance. Nodo 7 with the 7 answers to us. 7 wins into a grand challenge. This guy is crazy, man. Let's hop on to the next one, and hopefully we can keep asserting dominance against these crazy splash damage decks. All right, we're going to go start off the game with the Snowball here. We'll see what's up. This guy is not going to be dropping anything at all, so he's just going to go for the Mega Minion now. Kind of want to just go and cycle my bats here. We've cycled 4 Elixir, he's cycled 3, so he's going to cycle the next card where he's going to choose to leak. He's leaking. Now he's going to go for a Night Witch. It's going to be Golem here. We'll get enough damage on top of the Mega Minion that we don't have to do anything about it. He's going to go Golem, so he might just forfeit his tower here. He might be doing some type of funky tower trade, boys. So I want to end up going for a defensive Mortar, going for Spear Goblins, so then we can go and kite the Night Witch, and then I want to end up going for Bats to kill the Night Witch if possible. So I really want to kill it. If I can get a Miner down, I think that would be more than ideal, so then we end up blocking for the Baby Dragon, so then the Spear Goblins are still alive, but this is looking a little bit tragic. We did get a lot of damage on the King Tower, though. So I think we're playing this pretty okay. If I get the Goblin Gang right on top of the Lumberjack, maybe we survive. We don't lose our entire tower. Okay, I need to go for a Giant Snowball if I want to keep the tower alive to end up killing that. Alright, we're in a good spot. We're still in a good spot. He just let that Prince go, man. Like a true Golem player. Just takes it. Takes it for the team, man. He's like, ha, you think I'm going to defend my tower? Who do you think I am? A minor control player? An expo player? I'm not like them, scum. I'm a Golem player. I just cycle cards in the back and spam you. So he just completely looked at his tower afterwards after having the deer in headlights look, and he's like, oh, I lost my entire tower plus almost my King Tower. But he doesn't care. He's been in this situation before. Don't you worry, guys. I'm going to end up going for a Prince. It really pisses me off, honestly, to see that, though. See people just decide to go and sack their entire tower, because sometimes it works for them, and I just don't think it has very much thought process involved. I'm going to end up going in for a Minion Horde here, and hopefully we can end up taking a tower here, because I think that we deserve it. He doesn't end up having too many great answers. The minions are going to get on top. He has Log, NATO, and Baby Dragon, but the Baby Dragon was out of cycle, so it was good for us. We don't have a rocket, we don't have a fireball, so that's a little bit concerning for me. Definitely not the most ideal circumstance, because he could just Golem here. We'll see what he decides to do. Yeah, he is in fact just going to go Golem. I'm going to end up going for a Prince here, and I'm going to actually go in for a Minion Horde, and I assume he's going to go in for Baby Dragon. Okay, so we're just going to trade towers. We're going to take the other one. We're definitely taking this other one, and then I think we have a pathway towards the King Tower after taking this tower. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, yo, if I just take that tower, I can still get to your King Tower and assert dominance by through crowning. So I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic here, guys. We're going to try to pull everything. We're going to try to pull that Golem. He might Lightning. He's going to try to get tower damage there, but that still doesn't die to Snowball, so I don't know what he's doing. So it's still very good for us. I'm going to end up going for a Prince. Unless he's got another spell under his belt, there's no way for him to take that tower, so he's effectively trying to spam the other side, and we will walk away with a clean 1-0 victory. GG, well played, and peace out. It's so important to defend your towers when you're running Mortar bait against Golem. As you guys saw, we got a lot of value, bait out a Lightning, and he still didn't have enough Elixir to cycle back to another Lightning to finish off this 68 HP tower. GG and well played, Lucas. You're absolutely insane for running that deck. I can't believe you're running it with Log instead of Barbaro, and I think that gave us a pretty big advantage. Also, he played super aggressive for no reason early on, man. Super aggressive. Let me know, guys. Do you see Golem players just do that all the time? It's super frustrating because in grand challenges, I feel like they do that maybe 50% of the time. Like literally 50% of the time. All right, guys, we got a game. We're going to go sauce out of good luck here. We're going to see what's popping, see what's good. Definitely want to end up going for bats in the back. And this guy's going to end up going for skeletons, so it's look like in a fast cycle deck. Probably going to be 2.9, 2.6, something along those lines. We end up seeing skeletons. And Bandit, a little bit interesting to see the Bandit, actually. I'm going to go for Spear Goblin, so then it starts walking towards us after. It's going to go for a Barbaro. I have to go Prince, and we're going to eat one Barbarian hit, or one Barbarian locking on. More than one Barbarian hit, significantly more, but one Barbarian locking on is way better than just having all of them lock on your tower, you know? I'm going to end up going for a Miner here. We should be able to work way on top of that. It's going to go for a nice Golem Predict, but that's still going to get enough damage on top of the Collector to make sure that's useless. Prince ends up pummeling the Bandit. Okay, so he's got 3M, guys. He's got a weird 3M variation. He doesn't end up having too many answers to this Mortar and Cycle, so let's just do it right now. Pick a Barbaro. So I don't really want to go drop this too high. It's going to go Goblin Gang here, and that's going to be more than enough to clean that up. If I drop it too high, then he could get value on us. I end up going for bats off to the side as soon as that locks. So we should be able to get enough damage on top of the hunter. That should get a couple hits, right? Yeah, that's good. So now I can just snowball it. Be fine. No hits. What else do we want to do, guys? I think he's just going to try to spam me some more. Or maybe he goes in for a collector. If he goes in for a collector... Okay, this is good. Because what we do here is we go for the minion horde plus plus prince, and then he can't pull everything. The minion horde should take the tower. And the bandit, yes, is going to be able to deal with the prince, but at what cost? You lose your tower, then I can miner your collector because you don't have bandit in cycle. Okay, never mind. He's going to go hunter. He's going to spend so much elixir. And look at all the damage on the king tower, guys. That's crazy. We might even be able to 3-crown. We might be 3-crowning with Mortar right now. I'm not 100% certain, but it is a possibility, guys. Got to go for a defensive Mortar now because we know he's going to spam me with a 3M. It's a fact now. I'm going to try to get away with minion horde on the other side. Oh, let's go. We got a connection. Super good. On top of the muskies. That's all we really needed, boys. Those muskies are forfeit. Now we're just cycling more and more. Minion horde is going to be dropped. Going to go for the Goblin Gang of Justice. Going to have to go for a snowball, and that should be okay. We should be able to walk away with a W here. Just going to keep spamming, but I realistically don't think it matters too much. As long as I get units down and get a mortar, so then the battle ram connects to that, and then get something for the bandit to go towards, should be fine if I get a goblin gang down, because then the bandit's going to walk towards that. It's not going to dash. GG, well played, and peace out. So it's a little bit dicey at the very, very end because of the hunter, but I just made sure I didn't drop units right on top of the hunter because the hunter kills it incredibly quickly. If its shotgun shells are dispersed and they don't all end up hitting its target, obviously it's not going to be that big of a concern. So very glad to win that game. GG and well played, man. I feel like this deck is really good for grand challenges. People just don't know how to deal with a prince on defense, man, and the prince just gets so much value. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's mortar bait video, and if you did, make sure to sauce me a fat thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comment section what deck you guys want to see featured on the channel next time. Thanks for watching, thanks for chilling with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.